Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to another episode of Mondays Are for the Nerds. I'm your co-host, Jay Wright.
I'm your other co-host, Tristan Stump.
And thank you for joining us this week as we recap last week's pop culture news on our 50th episode.
Yeah, welcome to episode 50.
We're officially past 50 episodes.
We got too busy, so we couldn't plan anything special.
Exactly, and we forgot.
Yeah, but...
I'm very excited to be doing this for 50 episodes now.
Yeah.
And more. Hopefully more.
Not really 50 weeks because we've had to skip so many, but, 50 episodes,
hey.
so yeah.
Yeah, it's still a milestone regardless. I didn't do anything this week. I was busy with work in the show.
Yeah,
so I don't have anything except for the one thing.
Yeah, except for the one thing, I didn't do much either.
Yeah.
We'll say, related to the one thing, I did go to a bookstore, and I got these two comic books called, it was Dark Knights of Steel. It was a DC Elseworlds, and it's a fantasy take on the DC universe. And so part of the what if scenario is, what if Kal-El is sent to Earth in medieval times?
Yeah.
But also Jor-El and Laura-El crash land with him.
Like are they like kings?
She gives birth to Kal. He's not even called Clark. She gives birth to Kal-El on Earth. And they become, and I'm just trying to give like a little bit. I don't want to give away too many spoilers because, it's a 4-year-old, 5-year-old comic, but I don't want to. They become close friends with King and Queen Thomas and Martha Wayne.
That's why it's Dark Knights of Steel.
And after they're killed, they're like, we want you to be king and queen. And so Batman is kind of a prince, kind of a bodyguard. And then Kal-El is, a prince. And instead of being his cousin, his sister is Supergirl. And her name is Zara instead of her name is Zala instead of Kara.
Yeah.
But and then different other cool Harley Quinn's the court jester and advisor kind of like there's a funny scene where she's like, "Can I give you some advice?" And Batman's like, "We don't keep you around for advice." She's like, "Technically you do." But if you want me to be entertaining too, I can juggle while giving you advice. And she starts juggling, and she's like, "If you want some advice, I'd say take the ears off the helmet. It makes me want to pat and give you a treat." But the whole thing is really about a war between the kingdom ran by the elves and a kingdom that is ran by Black Lightning and his family. All while the Amazonians get involved, and the war is started because of paranoia around a prophecy that's given by John Constantine. And there's a mysterious Green Lantern known as the Green Man that's seems to be pulling the strings.
Yeah.
And who that is a cool twist.
Awesome.
And there's an assassin hired named Oliver who uses a bow.
Green Arrow.
It's a really cool take. They're Harley's friends with a lady of the forest. It's just so cool. Lois is from Themyscira. She's like a information gatherer. She's allowed to leave Themyscira and get information from the mainland and different things like that. It's a lot of really cool fantasy takes on it. I know there's a sequel comic about Deathstroke in a more of a Nordic setting in the same universe.
Like a Viking?
Yeah, and eternal winter is caused by an angry wizard named Victor after his wife is cursed. And it's just such a cool universe. I'm loving this so much because I love DC and then I love fantasy stuff. So to mix the two together in such a cool way.
Yeah.
And then they run into what they assume to be a witch named the Banshee, who screams really loud.
Who's that? The Banshee?
Black Canary.
Okay, yeah.
Just different things like that where I don't know. I just love it, and it's including so many characters in the story. Black Lightning is a king of a kingdom. He's the king. Yeah. He's the king of the Kingdom of Storms.
I love mixing, which we do all the time, just mix matching characters in other
settings.
Yeah.
Batman using a sword. Alfred is instead of a butler, he's like a royal bodyguard. So he and Batman are like partners that go out and fight together. One of the coolest, I was like, it's obvious, but I didn't think of it, was there's an obscure hero team in the DC universe named the Metal Men. They're robots that are all made out of different materials. And so there is a confrontation between Supergirl and a group of knights, and all their armor is made out of different...
Dude, I was going to say, they're probably going to be the knights.
Yeah, they're knights made, and all their armor is made out of different material.
Dude.
I was like, that is so cool.
Yeah. deep cuts.
And it's also cool that you get Jor-El and Laura-El in a context outside of we're dead now. Like they actually like have character arcs and stuff in the story, and it's just it's very cool. And then to see like Cal and Bruce kind of have this brotherly relationship.
Yeah. I feel like it gives me like the Prince of Egypt vibes, where it's like they're brothers, but they're like bickering a lot.
Oh yeah, it's very much like Bruce Wayne is like, Prince Cal, you can't come with me on this. I swore to your parents I would protect you. You can't come with me. And Cal's like, axes break on my skin.
Watch me.
But then later he gets angry and then like Bruce is like, well, if I may have some input, and he goes, well, you aren't family, so this isn't in your, like, it's like different things where it's like, it's interesting to see Kal-El be a brat.
Yeah.
Like, instead of being raised by the Kents, he's raised by his parents, so he's kind of a spoiled brat, but he's a good person. Like, that kind of, like, he has that struggle of, like, being a spoiled prince, but he's also, you know, Superman.
Yeah.
I probably gave away some too many spoilers, but there's twists to who characters are and different things that happen.
Dude, this is awesome.
It is such a good comic.
Awesome.
I want it to be a movie. Like, I'm reading this, I'm like, I would watch this.
Yes.
As one of, like, their animated ones. So, other than the big thing that we'll talk about later, which people can probably guess from the title.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got that book. My sister and I spent the day out of town, so we can go to the big theater.
Lucky.
And we made a couple of our normal stops that we usually make.
Should I get my releases?
Yes.
The big release. And movies, of course, as you can tell from the title, Friday, July 11th saw the release of Superman for the 12th episode in a row. The kickoff to the James Gunn's DCU. When Superman gets drawn into conflicts at home and abroad, his actions are questioned, giving tech billionaire Lex Luthor the opportunity to get the Man of Steel out of the way for good. Will intrepid reporter Lois Lane and Superman's four-legged companion Krypto be able to help him before it's too late?
For the first time in a long time, Jay and I have actually both gotten to see this before recording an episode.
Yes.
When was the last one? I honestly can't remember because, like, it had to have been one we watched together, but I don't want to go through and be like, what's all the movies that released this year?
Was it Wicked? No. Dogman?
Yeah, Dogman. I think Dogman was the last time we were able to talk about a...
Oh, wait, Cap.
Cap, yeah. Because we had Brave New World.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think it was Cap.
I almost forget that was this year.
Yeah.
No,
unfortunately.
Yeah, that was February.
Yeah.
So
Cap was the last one. Wow. What do you rate it?
9.
9. I gave it a 10.
You give it a 10?
I gave it a 10.
9.5.
Yeah.
Maybe a 10. I swap between a 9 and a 10 all the time.
Mm-hmm. But it's like up there.
Yeah, it is.
You were talking last night. You have to nitpick.
I have to think of nitpicks, and it's just the only reason I'm like I don't know if it's a 10 is I just hesitate to give anything a 10.
Yeah,
that's just my like ranking of like, is there truly a perfect movie?
Yeah,
but like if we want to talk about Superman movies, it's perfect.
Oh yeah,
this is up there with.
It's so good.
I like Man of Steel. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Henry Cavill as Superman.
Yeah.
But other than that, I was not a big fan of any of the DCEU movies altogether. Like, I like DC. I know DC can get dark, and I like the Dark Knight movies. DC can get dark. There was just something about, like, making literally every character in the DC EU this dark, brooding, like, that's the, not the, I don't know. Like, yeah, Superman has been like that in the comics.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get a whole into that debate.
Yeah.
But I always preferred Smallville or the Christopher Reeve Superman. Like that kind of.
It's like colorful.
This colorful Boy Scoutish Superman.
And seeing him, and it's in the trailer, but it's in a clip that they officially released. But like when he's going through the Fortress of Solitude and Krypto keeps biting us, he's like, "What the hey, man?"
Yeah.
like
there's
the kids.
There's just something about
so good.
Say what you will about the movie. Like, if you have any things I know other people might not like about the movie, too many characters. maybe being dropped too into the middle of the story.
Yeah.
Having it
That's
be
true.
3 years into Superman's career instead of, like, okay, we can skip the origin story, but can we see the beginning of Superman or something? Like, we don't see that.
Yeah.
He and Lex already know each other, although they haven't personally met. They know of each other.
Yeah.
And so this is almost like it's the origin of Lex officially being
So
a
anti-Superman.
supervillain.
Yeah.
Like,
Because, speaking of which, Nicholas Hoult.
Nicholas Hoult does such a good job at Lex
Dude,
being. This is the
he's
most
a
hateable.
menace.
This is the most hateable Lex, or really any comic book villain has been in a while.
I was trying to think this morning. I don't think there's anything redeemable about
this
Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
I don't think there is.
which I almost like.
I do too.
Because a lot of the
You just hate him.
What's like Mom and I were talking, because I was telling Mom, because Superman is one of the few comic book things that, like, my mom is absolutely like,
Yeah.
she has her opinions and she has this understanding of these characters and stuff. And I said, yeah, he's a little more, Gene Hackman. He's just evil for the sake of being evil.
Yeah.
He's less Smallville. He's more Lionel Luthor in this than he is Lex from the Smallville. And she's like, well, that makes sense. Lionel was, they made Lex sympathetic in that so they could approach the story of what if Bruce and Lex were friends.
Yeah.
She's like, so Lionel had to be the one to fill in the maniac, evil scientist shoes. So she's like, yeah, okay. Like, she hasn't seen it yet. Anyway, but yeah, Lex absolutely stole the show.
Absolutely.
And they still let him be funny.
Yes, in his own way.
In his own way. Like, that's something like, because he, in my favorite Lex is probably either Smallville's Lex or any of the ones that Clancy Brown has voiced. Because especially that version, the animated series version, because it is a nice middle ground between businessman Lex and crazy scientist Lex, which is almost what this Lex is too.
Yeah.
Way more on the crazy scientist part, but it's like we're seeing him delve into that the more angry he gets, to the point where he gets to the just breaking point. Lois is characterized great.
Rachel Brosnahan, so
like,
good.
she's not just, not that she's ever been just a damsel in distress.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point she was, but like, even she's kind of always been the headstrong. She's putting herself in this situation.
Yeah.
But they do this in a way where it's like there is a mystery element to it. Not really, because the audience kind of knows, but like, you're kind of seeing Lois work through it, whereas Superman really isn't thinking much about solving anything. He's just trying to.
Which you can tell from the clip there of like their interview.
Yeah.
Part of the interview that they released.
So the potential of future Superman movies where it's like Lois is more think of the Spider-Man game where MJ is investigating and Spider-Man's doing that. Like, Spider-Man's not really investigating much. He's just going like, MJ's like, it's this, and he's like, oh, thanks.
Yeah.
So like, just think of that like as a movie wise of always giving Lois like this pseudo mystery plot, whereas Superman does the fight. Like, I just love that dynamic.
And then Jimmy along with her. Oh.
Dude, Jimmy wasn't in it, and that's the thing.
So
the
good.
only I wish we could have focused on Superman character a little more, like Mom and Pa Kent, maybe just a little more, because of how much they matter to Superman's character arc in this. No spoilers. And then like Perry and the rest, Cat Grant and
Clark wasn't in it, but like a lot at all.
Yeah, so like a little more of the. I would like to see a little more of the Superman Daily Planet side of things. But at least the Superman characters off the top of your head, Pa Kent, Clark, Lois, Jimmy, Lex, they all get their moments, or are absolutely
and
the
some of the
center
best moments.
Like, I would like to see more Perry White, especially because in an interview, the actor who played Perry White was like, this is his motivation, and it's not even brought up at all. Like, it would have been nice to, because in an interview, he's like, yeah, Lex had an affair with his wife, and so he's not even sure if his second son is his own, and it's like, that would be nice, just a throwaway little joke line or something. Of Lois being like, I have an expose on Luthor, and he's like, another one. Excellent, or just something where it's like
just one line,
or someone, Cat could be something like, maybe, don't you think our readers might get tired of us dogging on Luthor all the time? And Perry being like, I don't care,
we'll do it again.
But at least Cat and Lombard got to have like a line that you can remember them for. But it would have been nice to see them, help a little more.
The Justice Gang.
Dude, the Justice Gang.
Nathan Fillion is perfect.
Yeah, Nathan. So I wasn't sure about it, but gives off season 1 Castle vibes.
It does.
And the fact that there's a line in the movie that's even funnier, knowing that it probably wasn't in the script because Nathan Fillion insisted on having the haircut.
Was it the bowl cut line? That was from a clip. Some about the rule, your haircut shouldn't be out loud. And he goes, "What? What about my hair?"
Yeah, so apparently they were going to give him a different haircut, and Nathan Fillion was like, "If I'm playing Guy, I'm getting the bowl cut."
Yeah.
And so it's just led to things like that.
Oh, he's such a jerk, and it's so
I cannot
funny.
wait for more of him.
I know. Did you see? He said when he was filming Lanterns,
he says the more F words than he
in his entire career.
Yeah, which is like
fair.
Yeah,
I'm ready for it.
It's Guy. It makes sense. So he has played 2 Lanterns, both excellently.
Yep. I saw the interview where they were like, "Where on the hierarchy is Guy Gardner in the Green Lantern?" Did you see that one?
No.
And he goes, "Well, if you have an international space problem and you need the space police, and you call the Lantern Corps." And you're like, "Yeah, they're going to solve it." And then whenever they pick up the phone and say, "You're getting Guy Gardner," and you go, "Oh, crap." He's the last one you want.
Yeah, it's going to be fixed, but at what cost?
Yeah, exactly.
And then Hawk Girl only
so
had
good.
a little bit of time, but she was so good. That's the thing. All the side characters, I can't wait for more of them.
Mm-hmm. Especially Mr. Terrific.
Especially Mr. Terrific.
Oh, dude. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness.
And Metamorpho.
Oh, so good.
So Mr. Terrific and Metamorpho probably impact the plot the most out of the Justice Gang characters.
Yeah.
And you can tell that from trailers and stuff. Like,
in fact, James Gunn wants to do a Mr. Terrific spinoff series.
Dude, and a Jimmy Olsen series.
I
want Jimmy Olsen series
to be the Daily Planet
to be not a Daily Planet series. Like, kind of, it would be Daily Planet. But I want to be reminiscent of the old Jimmy Olsen comics where every issue was just absolute insanity. Like this episode, Jimmy turns into a turtle person.
Yeah.
In this episode, Jimmy gets a hold of gold kryptonite and gets Superman's powers and uses it to catch women. And
he can't use that to catch women because he already does. He does his regular Jimmy now.
In the comics, he eventually becomes Silver Banshee's boyfriend.
I can see that with this Jimmy Olsen. Oh, I love Jimmy Olsen.
I would like to see more Jimmy and Clark interacting.
Absolutely.
Just
their little dance.
Yeah.
She's like, ooh, you got that. Yeah. I loved it. That's just best friend material.
Yes. And then back to Superman himself. And
yeah.
We should probably move on.
Because that's because
I had started to say this and then we ended up, but like, say what you will about what you can nitpick about the movie or what your criticisms about the movie can be. They got Superman's character right.
Absolutely.
He's this blue Boy Scout. He only curses, 2 or 3 times?
I think so.
And it's only when he's super angry.
Yeah.
And any of the other time, it's just, oh, golly, oh, gosh. And
like, literally, what the hey, man?
Yeah, what the hey? And, like, he says good golly at some point when he gets knocked over and he starts to get back up. And, like, it's just...
When he's like, Mr. Terrific's like, stop messing around. He's like... I'm actually doing stuff.
I'm not messing around. I'm doing this important stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, that is like him being like, oh, gee, mister, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
Like, I'm such a jerk.
It is such a good movie. I cannot wait for more. And
what's next? Supergirl?
Look, all I'm saying, WB doesn't seem to be wanting to do anything with Scooby-Doo, and technically Scooby-Doo exists in the DC Comics universe. So
and James Gunn has handled Scooby-Doo before.
He's handled Scooby-Doo before, so if he wants to just, make a Batman Scooby-Doo movie, I don't know.
We're fine with
That's
that.
mostly a joke because how would that even work, making Scooby-Doo part of the DC universe?
Yeah.
But also I don't know when else we're going to get, any other Scooby-Doo projects when, David Zaslav hates children. So.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Anyway.
I'm excited for Peacemaker.
What?
Peacemaker's the next one.
Yeah.
Next DCU.
Next DCU project is Peacemaker Season 2. And then after that is probably...
I think Supergirl.
It's either Supergirl or Lanterns.
Because those are like a month apart, I think. Month and a half, maybe. So definitely go see Superman.
Go check it out.
100%. On the streaming side, Thursday, July 10th, saw Brick come to Netflix. When a mysterious brick wall encloses their apartment building overnight, Tim and Olivia must unite with their wary neighbors to get out alive. And Jaws at 50, the definitive inside story, dropped on Hulu, the documentary, celebrating the 50th anniversary of Jaws. Friday, July 11th, saw Medea's Destination Wedding released on Netflix. Medea packs her floral dresses and a whole lot of chaos when the Simmons family heads to the Bahamas for her grandniece's whirlwind wedding. And Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires dropped on Disney+. Zed and Addison embark on a road trip the summer after their first year of college, during which they unexpectedly discover the warring worlds of Sunnyside and Shadyside and come into contact with 2 new groups of monsters, one of which being vampires. Excited to watch that. Monday, July 7th on TV, saw the season's 10 premiere of Bachelor in Paradise on ABC. Wednesday, July 9th, saw the season 17 premiere of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia on FXX. I did watch the Abbott Elementary Part 2 crossover. Pretty good. Thursday, July 10th, saw the season 27 premiere of Big Brother on CBS. And ABC saw the season 11 premiere and season 6 premiere of Celebrity Family Feud and Press Your Luck, respectively. And Friday, July 11th, saw the series premiere of Dexter Resurrection release on Showtime. And the season 3 premiere of Foundation drop on Apple TV+. That is all of my releases for this week.
I got some releases for this week. On July 7th, we saw the release of EA Sports College Football 26 on PS5 and Xbox from EA. Bring glory home in EA Sports College Football 26 and experience the world of college football. Whatever path to greatness you choose, from high school recruit to the Heisman or as a coach, you can forge your legacy. On July 8th, Missile Command Delta released on PC, PlayStation, and Switch from devs 13am Games and Mighty L and publisher Atari. Missiles are incoming. The stakes are high. Only you can stop the destruction. Manage your pool of defenses strategically to survive rounds of incoming missiles in this high-pressure, tactical turn-based game. Will you be able to unravel the mystery in time? On July 9th, Warranted Humanity, released on PC from Giovanna Software. Warranted Humanity is a post-apocalyptic 2D side-scroller where choices matter. Fight different infected and rival factions, scavenge, skill up, craft, manage your shelter, and other survivors, all in a race against time to ensure humanity's survival before everyone is irreversibly infected. On July 10th, Cats Away, released on PC, Switch, and PlayStation from developer Studio Sizen and publisher Nicalis, a nautical adventure featuring beautiful pirates, adorable talking cats, and nail-biting sea battles. Cats Away brings real-time strategy to the high seas. Give orders to your ever-expanding cat crew and save the world from the reawakening of an ancient evil. Dead Cam, released on PC from Jorvisser. Survive the horror of found footage recordings in this analog survival game. Play through multiple 80s and 90s inspired short stories, each with a unique location and terrifying encounters. Everdeep Aurora, released on PC and Switch from Nautilus Games and publisher Yesbird Games. An ongoing apocalyptic meteor shower has forced the world's population to settle underground. As Shell, a feline child who awakens to find her mother missing, drill downward from the surface layer through a tile-based underground and discover the Everdeep. Mycopunk entered early access on PC from developer Pigeons at Play and publisher Devolver Digital. Join the new Atlas Hazard crew, a squad of odd robots with unique gadgets, and rid the galaxy of a deadly fungal menace in this hyper-customizable mission-based co-op shooter. Occlude, released on PC from developer Tributary Games and publisher Pantaloon. Occlude is a ritual disguised as solitaire, a cosmic horror card game where the rules are obscured and reality is at stake. Play through cryptic challenges to reveal forbidden lore in the single-player narrative puzzle game for the terminally curious. Don't worry, you can always start over. July 11th saw the release of Patapon 1+2 Replay on PlayStation 5, PC, and Switch from developer SAS Co. and publisher Bandai Namco. Patapon is an action-adventure where players use the rhythm of 4 mystical drums to command cute and mysterious eyeball-like creatures known as Patapons. As the player, you are the god of Patapons and lead them on a grand adventure to Earth End. Last Report, released on PC from Monopixel. Last Report is a dark horror game where you play as a night shift park ranger. While monitoring the camera footage, you start noticing strange events. Uncover the terrifying secret of the national park. Something moved in the window, but don't worry, it's probably just another deer, isn't it? And finally, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3+4, released on all major platforms from developer Iron Galaxy Studios and publisher Activision. Get hyped for the legendary franchise to return with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4. Everything you loved is back, but revamped with more skaters, more new parks, gnarlier tricks, eardrum-shattering music, and a whole lot more. And that's my releases.
Nice. I got my first batch of miscellaneous. Not a lot. Posters. We got a poster for the SpongeBob movie, Search for Square Parents. Keeper, Weapons, Honey Don't, Sentimental Value, The Paper, The Naked Gun, and It, Welcome to Derry. And trailers, we got a Season 3 trailer for Alice in Borderland, releasing September 25th on Netflix. The Naked Gun, releasing August 1st in theaters. Wednesday, Season 2, Part 1, releasing August 6th on Netflix. The SpongeBob movie, Search for SquarePants, releasing December 19th in theaters. The live-action Red Sonja movie, releasing August 15th in theaters and on digital. And The King of the Hill revival, releasing August 4th on Hulu. I did watch that. Pretty funny.
The trailer, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, the animation is bad, but like the animation wasn't much before, but there's something. Yeah. I think it has to do with the fact that it's all digital now, and the last season was probably still hand drawn, or at least some kind of traditional way.
Yeah.
But I'm still excited for it. The writing seems to be on point. So.
Yeah, it looks hilarious. Release dates: Wake Up Dead Man and Knives Out Mystery will premiere at the London Film Festival in October, and an English language version of Neja 2 will be released in U.S. theaters on August 22nd from A24, with Michelle Yeoh voicing the lead role. In castings, The Thomas Crown Affair has cast Lily Gladstone, Kenneth Branagh, and Danai Gurira. The Odyssey, for the second episode in a row, Cosmo Jarvis will no longer star due to scheduling conflicts, but Logan Marshall Green will be taking over his role. The Devil Wears Prada 2, for the second episode in a row, has cast Simone Ashley, Lucy Liu, Justin Theroux, BJ Novak, and Pauline Chalamet. And in the Backrooms movie, The Backrooms movie has cast Mark Duplass, Finn Bennett, Lukita Maxwell, and Avon Joga. And Practical Magic 2 has cast Maisie Williams, Zolo Mariduena, Lee Pace, and Solly McLeod, as well as announcing that Diane Wiest and Stockard Channing will reprise their roles. That is all for my first batch of miscellaneous.
I do have something to add to your Neja 2 news. With Michelle Yeoh as the lead role. So one of the side characters in it, he's a leader of demon hunters. It will be voiced by Damian Haas.
Ooh, that's awesome.
He tweeted that he was going to be one of the characters in it.
And that's like a big character, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. It might be big. It might just a big enough side character where he's there on the list. So
nice.
So yeah. In my gaming news, Nintendo announced that the Nintendo Switch game vouchers will no longer be available for purchase after January 31st, 2026. Any vouchers bought between then and now will be valid up to a year after purchase. I kind of saw that coming. They were getting rid of gold points too. Any really way to save money on anything was kind of getting, and it might have something to do with how the Switch 2 works, but I don't know. I feel like they could have been stuck around, or at least made a price increase on game vouchers too to account for the price increase on games that are just getting rid of it altogether.
Yeah.
But whatever. Moving on, a Ghost of Yotai State of Play was held July 10th. We got a new look at gameplay and combat, as well as like the black and white mode being back. Camera
I didn't get to
modes.
watch it. I'm so upset.
You could have watched it.
I forgot.
You could have gone back and watched it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I really didn't take down a whole lot of notes, but a special edition PS5 and DualSense controller will be available at launch on October 2nd when the game releases. The FBI shut down a Nintendo Switch pirating website. GameStop is auctioning off the stapler used to staple and damage Switch 2 units during the launch of the console. This has been dubbed Staplegate.
Yes. Yes.
It is currently sitting at $250,000 on eBay.
Oh, it was one stapler?
For the one stapler at this one GameStop in Long Island. Proceeds will be donated to the Children's Miracle Network. Okay. The winning bidder will get a fixed Switch 2. The staple that has been carefully extracted from the Switch, the stapled box, and the stapler itself. GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen tweeted a statement saying that if the bid were to pass six figures, he would also include a pair of his own underwear. It passed six figures.
You just said it was like $250,000.
He later clarified that if it surpassed seven figures, he would personally fly out the winner to Miami, take them to McDonald's for lunch, and hand them the underwear himself. Bids will be accepted until July 16th, so 2 days after this episode airs.
Stay tuned for the movie in about 3 years.
What a way to, GameStop is always under like bad press. Yeah. So what a way to run with this. And
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm here for it.
Ken Masters is coming to Fatal Fury City of Wolves as a crossover with Street Fighter. He arrives this summer. Retro-inspired horror game Heartworm releases on PC July 31st. A dentistry simulator game with a twist was announced. Shark Dentist coming to PC. Did you see that?
I did see that.
Okay, I was hoping
I kind of want to play it. I just saw the pictures of it.
Okay.
Shark Dentistry.
If you do something wrong, you get your head bitten off.
I kind of want to play that. I'm not going to lie.
Ark Aquatica releases July 15th. It's DLC to the Ark survival games. Cozy isometric desktop game Tiny Painter was announced. Keep a painter who paints miniatures occupied but not overworked. And House of the Dead 2 remake releases August 7th on Switch and PC. And that is my gaming news.
I have my last batch of miscellaneous. New looks. Disney Plus and Hulu released a trailer of comprising their remaining 2025 slate, which featured new looks at Percy Jackson and the Olympians Season 2, Alien Earth for the 5th episode in a row, The King of the Hill revival, and Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires. Eddington, we got our first clip, and we got a new look at Josh O'Connor and Daniel Craig in Wake Up Dead Man and Knives Out Mystery, as well as an exclusive clip from Abraham's Boys, A Dracula Story, a film that follows Abraham Van Helsing as he moves his 2 sons to the U.S. after Van Helsing's encounter with Dracula. And first looks included in that Disney Plus and Hulu slate. Our first looks at Only Murders in the Building Season 5, which revealed a release date of later this year. All's Fair series and the new series, The Truthful Tale of Amanda Knox, as well as our first look at the SpongeBob movie, Search for SquarePants, which, as I told you, my dad loved. When I showed him the trailer afterwards, he's like, "Are you going to see that?" I'm like, "Somebody and I are probably going to go see that together." And he goes, "I might join you guys." Dad.
Alrighty.
Coming out with the random fan stuff.
I'll say one thing. The trailer looked funny.
It did. It did.
I love the stuff Mark Hamill's in. I don't know about him as the Flying Dutchman. Maybe
was that him in live action too? With a weird nose?
Maybe. When he announced that he was replacing Brian Doyle Murray, I was kind of like, why? Because Brian Doyle Murray, I would argue, is still, I mean, he's not, I guess not anymore, but a big enough name. He was a character actor and all sorts of stuff. And then apparently now he's not a big enough name. They have to get Mark Hamill to be Flying Dutchman. Mm-hmm. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, it's still going to be good. I heard his voice. I'm like, it's just not.
Yeah, it's not the one
It's not the one I'm used to.
Yeah.
It'd be one thing if they were like, he's retiring, so we need a new actor, but he's not. He's still acting. So, but it looks funny. Patrick's eye patch.
When I showed my parents the trailer, the ending with the butt joke, my mom was like dying of laughter. I'm like, she never laughs at SpongeBob stuff.
There's something about the movies where they try to write it to where it's going to be enjoyable for a wider audience a little more. Yeah. Because Sponge on the Run has some joke. Like, I showed my mom the trailer for that, and she was laughing at that. And she doesn't like SpongeBob. Like, that was one of the ones that, except for Plankton. Yeah. She liked Plankton. But, like, SpongeBob was one of the cartoons growing up that she really, like, that was for babysitters or dad or someone to watch with me. But she liked Plankton, and then she thought Sponge on the Run looked good, so...
Did you show her this?
Maybe we just don't know our parents.
We don't.
Maybe, like I said, maybe they've been making us believe this one thing when in reality
it's our headcanon that my dad is a secret nerd.
Oh yeah, there's like a secret room in your basement that doesn't exist.
Exactly.
He's
got like a shrine to like Free Guy and Uncharted and the Lost City, and then now SpongeBob.
He's got an arcade machine down there where he absolutely dominates at Double Dragon.
Exactly. Random games. Oh my goodness. In box office numbers, Jurassic World Rebirth for the second episode in a row earned $147 million in its domestic opening weekend and $318 million worldwide. 2025 has now seen 3 major movie box office records broken. Jurassic World Rebirth had the biggest July 4th weekend opening ever. As well as we previously mentioned, Lilo & Stitch Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning brought in the biggest Memorial Day weekend box office ever, and the biggest animated movie ever being Ninja 2, which will only get more. Scarlett Johansson has also become the highest grossing actor of all time worldwide due to Jurassic World Rebirth. Glenn Powell, for the 5th episode in a row, got a new look at Chad Powers via the Disney Plus and Hulu look. And in How to Train a Dragon news, it has become the highest grossing film of the franchise domestically. In new announcements, the live-action Hot Wheels movie is moving forward at Warner Brothers with John M. Chu set to direct. Garfield 2 is in the works, with Chris Pratt returning.
Please be better.
I was going to say better.
More in tune with the spirit Garfield. Of the franchise.
Yeah. A new Night at the Museum movie is in the works. The film will be a new story set at the museum with all new characters, with Sean Levy producing. And a live-action solo leveling series is now in production at Netflix. Byun Woo Suk will star in the lead role. About the Night at the Museum, I hope it's better than the animated one we got.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a new era,
I hope,
new characters and stuff. Maybe it's a completely different new museum.
True.
They could just soft reboot it and, be like, it's not even this tablet that brings them to life. It's something else. Like, there's another artifact that brings museum, stuff to life. And
I just love that. I love Night at the Museum so much. I just love that.
Wonder what random actor is going to be the night guard.
True.
Or actress.
I personally see Zachary Levi voiced him in the animated one. I think in live action he would make a good one. I don't know. Glenn Powell. Just kidding. It's a Texas museum. In miscellaneous mentionables, AMC theaters will officially offer 50% off movie tickets on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. It will also be available to those that are part of the free AMC Stubs Rewards program. Slow Horses has been renewed for Season 7 at Apple TV+. Season 5 releases in September, and Season 6 is already in production. The new Big Bang Theory spinoff series has been titled Stewart Fails to Save the Universe and is moving forward at HBO Max. The series follows Stewart, who must restore reality after he breaks Sheldon and Leonard's new device and causes a multiversal Armageddon.
So, like, this...
What? What was it you said?
It's fair to say that the Sheldon franchise has jumped the shark.
Yeah, that's what...
Because, like, Young Sheldon was great. You know, like, I like Big Bang Theory a lot. Young Sheldon's great.
Yeah.
And George and Mandy's first marriage has its moments where I'm like, yeah, this is good. This is a franchise. You could focus on other characters and, like, you know, really, like Stewart getting his own show, or
about the comic
maybe things are finally looking up Stewart, so he's running the comic with his girlfriend and you know, different things. And now it's
a multiversal Armageddon.
It's a multiversal Armageddon where it's breaking what the rules the show have already said, where, you know, like, it's in reality, any of the things, like when Sheldon, like, breaks into two Sheldons, and like, those are all fantasies and jokes and stuff, like, they don't happen. This show is in reality, and now
unless this is like it's a whole a series, like a dream.
Yeah, unless we find out the whole thing is a dream, which would stink.
Yeah,
because I don't like that.
Yeah,
like,
especially if you know going
like
into
I don't
it.
like La La Land.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing passed, the 30-minute mark?
I haven't seen La La Land.
Okay. Spoiler alert for La La Land.
It's all a dream?
They break up at some point, and then you find out everything else after that when they get back together and stuff is all her imagining a what-if scenario when she sees him playing a piano in a bar. So, like, a majority of the movie is just a fantasy sequence. And it makes you go, why did I sit here and watch this?
That's fair. Dadgummit. That's why she won an Oscar.
And there's other things to say about, like, the music and, you know, oh, it's a musical. Hope you like duets and nothing else.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't mean for La La Land to be catching strays while we're
talking about
Big Bang Theory. Stinking jumping the shark with a multiverse story starring stinking Stewart.
Yeah.
If it's going to be multiverse, it should star Raj, because he accidentally starts a multiversal Armageddon after trying to search the multiverse for a universe where he ends up with a woman. That makes more sense.
See, I didn't even believe we watched the show, and I know about that because we've made jokes about
it. I always thought, man, of all the characters, Raj should get a show, and it lasts 2 seasons like Joey.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Because Raj was the Joey of the show. He really didn't get to wrap up his story.
Yeah.
It was just like, I'm fine with being single, I guess, and that's the end of. He's still living in a guy's garage and cut off from his parents' money, and anyway, I don't know. We could debate the logistics of the Big Bang Theory. Apparently, multiverse
going off the rails.
You think we'll get one where they bring back the original Penny actress that they cut from the first pilot?
We might.
Or they'll have
this is multiverse.
Who plays Stewart?
Oh shoot, I don't know his name.
Anyway, they'll go to a universe where he played Leonard, because he auditioned for Leonard.
Yeah.
Anyway. Who knows? Maybe Sheldon and Young Sheldon are going to meet, and we find out that it's actually 2 different timelines.
And George and Mandy is a third timeline. The Scrubs reboot is moving forward at ABC with Donald Faison, Sarah Chalk, and Zach Braff all reprising their roles. Again, they said it's a reboot. I would call this a revival.
Hold on. I'm looking something up about Scrubs.
Yes.
Never mind, my internet's not working. Move on.
Hugh Grant fell asleep during the Wimbledon telecast. I saw that and I'm like, I'm putting that in here. And then David Cornsweet says he got gifted the Lego Millennium Falcon from his wife as a wrap gift for Superman, saying, quote, maybe that's what I'll do for opening weekend. I'll just turn my phone off and do this enormous Lego for 2 days. Mood.
Yeah, good on him.
Me as a celebrity.
He'll be pleasantly surprised when he turns his phone back on.
Exactly.
Or maybe not surprised, but he'll be like, yay.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. That is all my miscellaneous news.
I've got anniversaries.
Yes.
Not a whole lot. Like, not really a whole lot. I had to really search for some.
I had to do some scratching for mine.
July 6th was the 20th anniversary of Coded Arms on PSP. July 7th was the 25th anniversary of Scary Movie, the 30th anniversary of First Night, the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy IX on PS1, the 20th anniversary of We Love Katamari on PS2, and the 10th anniversary of Skullgirls Second Encore on PC. July 8th was the 20th anniversary of Fantastic Four.
Oh,
and the 14th anniversary, it's a weird number, but there's a reason, of Zookeeper.
I was wondering if you're going to put that in there.
Yeah. That'll probably pop up every year.
Oh, absolutely.
July 9th was the 15th anniversary of Despicable Me and the 10th anniversary of Great Ace Attorney Adventures on 3DS.
I think you did this to me last year where you included Zookeeper and Despicable Me in the same one.
Emotional roller coaster, man.
Oh.
July 10th was the 10th anniversary of Minions and the 5th anniversary of The Old Guard and the 40th anniversary of Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. And finally, July 11th, I did not have anything for July 12th. Like, there was nothing, even though I was like, oh, I could do an odd number.
Yeah.
July 11th was the 15th anniversary of Dragon Quest IX Sentinels of the Starry Sky on the Nintendo DS.
Nice. I did include some milestone birthdays on my today in pop culture history. Sunday, July 6th, in 1957, John Lennon and Paul McCartney met for the first time as teenagers at Woolton Feet, 3 years before forming the Beatles. And 50 Cent turned 50. And the Dalai Lama turned 90. On Monday, July 7th, in 1954, Elvis Presley made his radio debut when WHBQ Memphis played his recording for Sun's Records, That's All Right. Tuesday, July 8th, in 1992, Melrose Place made his debut on Fox as a follow-up to 90210. I did not know 90210 was that old. I thought it was like an early 2000s thing. And on Wednesday, July 9th, in 1937, the 1937 Fox Vault Fire destroyed the silent film archives of Fox Film Corporation. And milestone birthdays included Jack White turning 50 and Jimmy Smits turning 70. Thursday, July 10th, in 1962, Telstar, the world's first communication satellite, was launched in orbit. An instrumental pop tune by the Tornadoes titled after the event reached number 1 on the Billboard pop music charts. And milestone birthdays included Mason Thames turning 18. Friday, July 11th, in 1915, the earliest known instance of jazz being used to refer to music was in the Chicago Daily Tribune. And Saturday, July 12th, in 1962, the Rolling Stones performed their first concert at the Marquee Club in London, England, United Kingdom. And Rachel Brosnahan turned 35. David Cornsweat's birthday was also this week. That is all for today in pop culture news.
In my anime news, Hono no Tokyujo Dodge Donko is getting an anime adaptation based on the Dodgeball manga by Tetsuhiro Koshita. An anime adaptation of Ichiyoja Mankitsu Gurashi was announced. Magi Lumiere Magical Girls Inc. Season 2 premieres in 2026. The Last Blossom premieres October 10th. Autumn 2023. Akutsu, an elderly inmate serving life in prison, is on the verge of a lonely death in a single cell. A talking Hasinka flower says to him, "What a rotten life you had." Akutsu starts reflecting on his past. Summer 1986. Akutsu is living with Nana and her son Kensuke in a shabby apartment with a garden full of Hasinkas. It is the tale of a one-night victorious comeback by a dying Yakuza and his family's story told by a flower that blooms in prison. A new season of Ascendance of Bookworm will premiere spring 2026. Utagoe ha Mil Fuel will premiere July 17th. I believe that is about girls who bond over an a cappella group in high school. And finally, Wisteria Wand and Sword Season 2 will premiere in 2026.
Nice. In my comics on DC, Superman, again for 12th episode now, obviously, as we previously mentioned, released in theaters, opened with $22.5 million in domestic previews. That's the Thursday showings, which is the biggest previews number for any movie in 2025 so far, and earned $56.5 million on its domestic opening day, which is the second biggest domestic opening day of 2025, tracking to open at least $200 million worldwide. Which, spoiler alert, I'll include the actual number next week, but it did. It beat that. We also got new clips, and David Cornsweat says he's under contract for a potential sequel. The Batman Part 2, James Gunn confirms he has read the script, saying it's great. James Gunn says they're not doing anything with the Static Shock in the DCU right now, as there's currently complexities with the rights. He also is reportedly considering TV spinoffs from Mr. Terrific and Jimmy Olsen. Godzilla Minus One director Takashi Yamazaki has agreed to visit DC Studios. And DC's goal is to reestablish all its iconic characters and unite them in a new Justice League movie, with the output aim per year being 2 live-action films, multiple TV shows, and 1 animated show every year. On Marvel side of things, the Fantastic Four first steps for the 3rd episode in a row. We got our first clips. Matt Shackman teases that the IMAX aspect ratio expands to 1:43.1 whenever Galactus appears. A new look at the Thing with his dog, new posters, and the Baxter Building has been listed on Zillow, being a 4-bed, 4-bath house with 4,444 square feet, and it cost $4 million, $444,444. And Wonder Man, we got a new look. That is all of my comic book news. In celebrity deaths, we actually didn't have a lot. Bun Hae-min was 43. He's a French comedian. James Carter Cathcart was 71, voice actor behind numerous Pokemon heroes and villains. Ayana Bolka was 89, Romanian actress known for The Mill of Good Luck and A Woman for Season. Phil Malloy was 76, British animator for Intolerance. And David Gergen was 83, presidential advisor turned TV pundit. My sources this week were Deadline, Movie Insider, PopCulture.net, Famous Birthdays, Zillow, CNBC, Rotten Tomatoes, Wall Street Journal, and of course, Discussing Film.
I want to thank my sources for this week: IGN, Crunchyroll, Discussing Film, Business Insider, and all official sites and socials of the studios and projects mentioned today. And we're back to our tier list, ranking villains based on how successful they can be selling Girl Scout cookies.
Yes. This week we'll start with High Evolutionary from Guardians 3.
D, he'd eat those cookies himself.
Exactly, he would. But above or below General Zod? Below. Heath Ledger's Joker.
Heath Ledger's Joker.
Why would I think he'd be oddly good at it, but also not the best?
Well, it'd be all about chaos. He would sell you the cookies, but then as soon as you buy the cookies, he'd be like, I want to be paid in old ones. And then he'd shoot you and take the cookies back.
But that means he did complete the transaction.
Let's put him in C.
C. Green Goblin, Bane, above, below, in the middle.
Yeah, in the middle. Yeah.
Jack Nicholson's Joker.
D.
Above?
I don't have an explanation. It was just D.
I don't either. He's giving me D vibes. I'm going to put him above High Evolutionary.
And this is just the movie versions, because there's a version of the Joker I think could absolutely sell you Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, yeah. Kang. Jonathan Majors Kang.
Jonathan Majors Kang? Which version are we talking about?
I don't know. This picture specifically is the Ant-Man and the Wasp one.
Okay, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
So like
Kang?
the Kang.
B.
Kang. B. I'm going to put him below Helmet Zero.
All right.
Because I feel like, and then Killmonger from Black Panther.
Yeah.
I'm thinking A.
Thinking A? I can see it.
A. I'm going to put him below Catwoman, because I feel like he would also lean more towards violence.
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor.
Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember enough of, like...
I put this in there hoping that you had seen it, because I have not.
Oh, I've seen it. It's just been... I mean, technically, he's still a businessman.
Yeah.
So he's probably upwards towards A. It's only when he starts to, absolutely lose his mind.
Yeah.
Let's do A.
A? Where are you thinking in A?
Middle.
Middle. Between Catwoman and Killmonger. Yeah. And that is our tier list for this week. To recap,
I almost want to just do 7 this week.
Do you want to?
Let's just do 7 this week.
We got Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor.
Yeah, just because it's fresh and we can talk about it. S tier.
Yeah, absolutely.
This Lex could absolutely sell you Girl Scout cookies.
Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, absolutely. Just within the context of the movie. Yeah. He can absolutely sell you Girl Scout cookies. He can sell you Girl Scout cookies and
then somehow blame it on Superman if anything happens to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got Nicholas Holt and Dr. Octopus in the S tier. We got Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor, and Killmonger in the A tier. B tier, we got Helmut Zemo and Kang. C tier, we have Green Goblin and Bane, joined by Heath Ledger's Joker. And in D tier, we got General Zod, Jack Nicholson's Joker, and the High Evolutionary.
And on that note, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those interaction things. Be sure to follow the podcast on most social medias at Mondays for Nerds. Follow me, Tristan Stump, on most social medias at Sir Stumpsalot or Sir Stumpsalot17.
Follow me either at PoThePanda001 or Chris M. Pratt Fan. And thank you if you've stuck around with us for 50 episodes.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
And we will see you all next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.